See?
Super fair. So we're just doing like a loose episode.
A loose ass?
Just a loose ass episode today.
Yeah, this
we're
is
doing
not
just like
tight butthole.
glory days today, right?
Today-
Speaking of loose asses.
Today we're talking about the sports history of us.
Of us, yeah, our different experiences.
Welcome to Seasoned Vets. I'm Colton.
I'm Martin Hen.
This is Jimmy Clifford.
Jimmy Clifford over there.
We all come from a history of sports. We all have had sports in our past.
Yes.
And I feel like
I
feel like it'll inform some of the stories going forward if we kind of just share about who
what
we were.
we've done.
What we've done.
Do you guys remember like the best you ever did in an organized sport, or like the moment you look back on, you're like, okay, that was like kind of dope that I did that.
I have a story I was horrible at baseball. I was really bad. They put me in left field up until like 5th grade when I quit. And I was only in left field ever, if I was even on the field. And there was this one moment where there was a pop fly straight to me. I run up, I put my glove right in front of my face, couldn't see anything. It comes down, hits me straight in the dick.
Yeah.
Straight in the dick. But I was a kid and my dad bought me an adult-sized cup.
Yeah.
And so the ball lodged in the cup, and it counted as a catch. And I was like,
my God.
"That's it, baby, let's go!"
That's amazing.
And I ran off the field. Everyone's like, "Jimmy, that was incredible! You grabbed it with your dick." And I was like, "Yes, that's what I did. That's what I did."
What I did.
Oh, my God.
And then I quit after that, and I never went, and I've never played again.
You got to go out on top like Costanza.
I was like, it's not getting
that's
better
exactly
than that.
It. Yeah, that's oh God, and nobody got it on tape, huh?
No.
That legit, like you would have made Sports Center.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
You
yeah.
totally would have made Sports Center with that kind of shit.
Yeah, my friends were like, "I bet you there's a lot of room in that cup, huh?" And I'm like,
It's like,
there
well,
was.
Yeah, there
well,
was.
I'm 9, so yeah.
I was older than 9. I was probably like 13, 14.
Okay.
I mean, those cups were always like astoundingly I don't understand how anybody wears a cup.
Yeah, and I also
Even
don't know
now.
how you're supposed to wear. Are you supposed to put your balls in it like you do with
Yes.
those?
Yeah.
You put your
Like-
balls
like-
in the
Yeah,
cup?
you don't have
Literally-
you don't just
literally-
have your dick in the cup. And
No,
then
no,
your
that's the
balls
only thing.
under
That's
the
what it's
cup.
protecting.
I just put it in front. I didn't put my balls in the cup.
No,
You're supposed to put them in the cup?
Yeah.
It's what it's protecting.
Oh, I never wore it correctly. Not
You
once.
think people were like, we really got to save the dick. Balls, you're on your own.
I didn't
Lance
put
Armstrong lost one. You could lose one too.
I didn't put the dick or the balls in the cup.
we put a man on the moon, but we don't know how to save your balls.
No, I thought it was kind of like I didn't think it was like a helmet where you put it in. I thought it was more like shoulder pads where you just rest it on top. You know what I mean? Like the cup would be here, and I wouldn't put my balls in there. I would just keep my balls in my pants, and then the cup would be above my balls, hovering.
In your pants?
Yeah.
Huh? You didn't have a jockstrap?
No.
Oh.
It would move. I would have to move it around, put it back.
You didn't have a jock strap?
No. I remember one time it was like I was playing football and it was down by my thigh. And I had to keep going in and pulling it up.
So yeah, that is a little confusing. So wait, 1 second. You would put your pecker through the boxer, like the hole in the boxers?
No, I would like put my pants on. Like, you know, you have tight pants, so I thought the
All
tight
right.
pants would just
Okay,
hold
wait.
it there.
What about underwear? Were you wearing underwear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cup would be above the
wait,
underwear.
wait. So you're hey, this is it. Your underwear,
Yeah.
right? What's happening?
So it's big. Well, I'll talk about it like the layers of the earth. Ready? It goes body, balls, skin.
boy.
Above that, thin layer of underwear. Above that, loose cup flying around. And then above that, the pants holding the cup in place.
Yeah, like this, okay?
Oh, wow.
And then you were like, I'm going to put my balls over here.
No, I kept my balls wherever they always are. I didn't know you were supposed to tuck them in.
Oh, man.
No, you're not. The whole thing of what you were doing is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a jock strap, and it's the shape of the cup, and it goes right in.
So there's a...
So are your balls touching the cup?
Yeah. Your whole thing is inside the cup. It is literally.
You don't wear it over your body.
Yeah, I never did that.
We know. Oh man.
Didn't you play lacrosse?
Oh god.
Dude, I played football, lacrosse. I never wore a cup. I never wore a cup because it was so uncomfortable.
Because it was crazy what you were doing.
Yeah, I was like, how do people do this? This is incredibly uncomfortable.
Right.
Uncomfortable. This thing's down by my fucking ankle. How am I supposed to?
It's not even protecting me.
It's not even keeping my ankle safe.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I understand that.
I can't tell you how many times in lacrosse someone would shoot it and I wouldn't have the cup in the right place and I would get hit in the nuts anyway. And I'm like, what's the point of this thing?
Yeah.
And I just threw it away
You've been hit in the nuts
while wearing a cup.
by a lacrosse ball?
Oh, I didn't tell you this story? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I told you on the podcast. Yeah, I got hit in the nuts. It was like a 90-mile-an-hour shot. I hit the floor, jumped up, and I just started running around the field because I tried running away from the pain.
Man. I don't feel like we should have started with that story. I feel like we should have ended with that story.
In my head, you were... yeah. Well, we didn't know. I don't think Jimmy knew that he was doing it wrong.
No, I didn't. This is news to me.
I was today years old when I figured out how.
But that is something. I mean, my dad wasn't like, "Here's how you do it." It was more of like me trying and figuring out. He just handed me the cup, so I just kind of like figured it out. But it sounds like you did not figure it out.
My folks avoided any kind of like sexual conversation or any kind of conversation about any of that whatsoever for my entire life.
Did
like,
you
they
have
never
to wear a
wanted
cup?
get into it. I wore a cup when what is it? I did like taekwondo in a little bit for when I was really young, and I wore a cup then. But when I played basketball in like middle school and high school and stuff, and I didn't wear a cup for basketball.
Does anybody wear a cup for basketball?
It's not really necessary. I mean, you can. I think back in the day they used to, but it's not. I don't feel like it's really that necessary.
There was people that wore it for rugby, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, no one's gonna. I guess you possibly could.
I feel like rugby is a very rational sport to wear a cup for.
What? Why?
All that scrumming and stuff.
Smashing around.
Aren't you like literally? Don't you literally have to like put your head between a guy's legs at one point?
Yeah, but not in between the legs. Not in between. I mean, also not.
You've never had like a guy's balls like gently on your neck during a game of rugby.
Yeah. No, I have.
Okay, well then a cup could be applicable.
Well, if I was homophobic.
Well, no.
Whoa, dude, you got your balls on me.
I'm not saying like, oh no, I don't want to feel balls on. Well, I don't want to feel balls on my neck, but I'm just saying like if balls can be that in close of contact with you during the game, I could see the rationale for wearing a cup.
I could see it, but you're wrong.
Because if you like push your head up too fast,
I don't know. That's just not the kind of injuries that you're usually getting. I don't think I ever saw anybody get hit in the dick.
Should we do an episode like greatest nut shots in sports?
Yeah.
You guys
People wear a cup during jiu-jitsu.
Well, that makes sense
I believe
to me.
it.
I don't wear a
believe
cup,
that.
and Lewis hits me in the nuts all the time. My nuts
Lewis?
are Lewis, the server here.
Oh.
My nuts are like curtains. They're just always they're wide. You know what I mean? And so I'm constantly getting nut shots. And I refuse to wear a cup because I don't know how it works. And Lewis the other day was literally like, I'm going to fucking buy you a cup.
Right. Well,
But not a jock strap. You're on your own there.
Yeah.
do you need a jock strap?
Do you put the jock strap under your underwear?
No. The jock strap is my underwear.
What?
Really? You don't wear... So if you're wearing a jock strap, you don't wear underwear? You don't wear like underwear over the jock strap?
Literally every day. What am I, fucking
You have
Mormon?
a jock strap on right now?
Wait, you wear jock straps?
All the time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Not today.
What?
Not today.
Why?
Why? It lifts.
So it's like a bra for your balls?
It's like for my butt.
Oh, okay.
And then what? So like, is your dick's just hanging out?
What?
Or you're not wearing a cup every day?
No.
So you're wearing the jock strap, and then there's like... Oh, okay. I see where I fucked up.
It's like
All
a
right,
butt
I get
lifter.
it. Yeah, and then there's the little... Because sometimes there's like a hole in the jock strap in the front. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the gay version of Brazilian butt boosting jeans.
I get it. Now I get it now.
I don't know what kind of jock strap you were wearing. But there's a
okay.
hole in the middle?
In like the front.
Why?
Where you put the cup.
Okay.
I'll have to find it.
Well, this just turned into an underwear podcast.
Me Undies sponsor the pod.
Oh,
Have you ever been severely hurt while playing sports?
severely hurt? A lot of like pretty bad sprained ankles. I never like broke anything. When I was a kid, though, we were playing touch football at my friend's house, and we were playing with like his dad's friends. Like it was adults and kids playing together. And I was coming across the middle, and I caught a ball, and my like best friend's dad just also was coming across the middle and just did not stop. Like I can tell, it's one of those things where you're looking back at it now, he's like, I finally get to lay this little fucker out, and he just laid me out, like decked me out.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. I think it was one of those, like, I was in such a, like, state of shock. You know what I mean? Like, I was just so surprised that I didn't even, like my adrenaline was so high, I didn't even, like, register the pain.
Did he feel bad about it afterwards, or did he, like, teabag you?
Yeah, that's also what. And how old were you?
I was 7, 8,
Oh,
8
wow.
maybe.
So you
I
were
was
like-
I was little. I was little.
You were like hip.
Yeah.
So he fucking just checked.
He wasn't a big guy either, but he was stout. And he was like a wrestler. Like he was like big into like wrestling when he was like in high school and shit. And he's one of those guys that never let it go. So he was like this like stout like farm guy.
Yeah.
And we all just joked about it afterwards. I was like, yeah, I got fucked up. And everybody thought it was all funny.
When you were 7?
I was, God, I couldn't have been older than 10. I think I was somewhere between about 8 and 10.
fucked up. Hey, hell yeah.
I called my dad to come pick me up, which was like, it was just around the time he had to pick me up. I wasn't like traumatized, but I was like, hey, Dad, just a heads up. I got laid out. And then everybody started laughing.
Oh,
I'm
you
realizing
called?
through this podcast, there's a lot of things in my childhood that I should have been like more upset about
No.
that I just thought were funny.
Yeah, it's not really like that's not a sad story. It is one of those like I don't think that guy remembers that.
Knocking me out?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet he does.
I think it's worse if he keeps remembering it.
Yeah, right. He's like reliving it.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't think there was that much animosity. I mean, unless you were. It sounds like you think that maybe you were a really annoying kid.
No, I don't think it was necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna get this little fucker. I just think it's a thing where like, you know, we all talk about like it would be just really fun to play like football against 9-year-olds for a day.
No
right?
one says.
Oh, are you kidding me? You wouldn't want to play one game where you're a fully grown adult and you're playing in like little league baseball or little league
Baseball?
like pee wee
Why?
football. You would just demolish those kids.
Baseball's more fun than football. I wouldn't want to hit them. Like I have a bunch of younger siblings. I beat up on them, but
if
yeah,
they're
it's
but
not
if they're in
fun.
like full pads and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
get-
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
They're
just-
all top heavy and shit.
Yeah.
They have no coordination.
pushing them
They're all
over would
top
be
heavy, and
funny.
you just fucking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll play.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
It'd be so fun.
I don't know. I was gonna say I've never been hurt, but that's absolutely not
No, you've
true.
like broken shit, right?
Yeah.
Did you fuck up your shoulder?
Oh, I forgot about all of the real things that
Yeah.
too. Yeah. I've
Cole's
had-
like it was emotional pain that I was thinking of.
Yeah, broken my nose 7 times, tore my shoulder, tore my ACL. But the one thing that's like coming to my head right now is one time this kid was coming out of the ruck and like basically if you're not on your feet, you have to get the fuck out. And so it's all these people that are like pushing each other like this. And then people just like crawling on their knees to get the fuck out of there because people will stomp on you.
Right.
If you're in there, because the ball's in there too, so you have to try to like get it out. And I came around the ruck and I didn't see him like crawling out, and my knee just went straight, like full sprint, and my knee just like caught him like this, and he had to get ambulanced out. But in rugby, you don't stop because somebody gets hurt.
Right.
So I'm just down there running like, I think I just murdered somebody. like,
I didn't
what do
hear a
do?
whistle. Yeah.
There is no whistle. Like you
Right.
don't stop. Like the game keeps going, and they brought a medic on, and eventually they were like, "Kick the ball out, Colton. What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "What?
Oh, so the
This
game
isn't
can
soccer."
stop if you-
Well, if there's somebody dying on the field
Kick
and it's
the
not
ball
that serious of a game.
Everybody else is like, this guy's fucked up.
Yeah.
He's still playing.
Maybe
You're
it was
just
just
like
me.
the game doesn't stop.
And then I'm like, the game doesn't stop, boy.
And everyone else is like, we need to stop this game.
Yeah.
Colton, this is just an inter-squad scrimmage.
Yeah, right. He was on your team.
It was really funny. I don't know. You probably had this where like there were poorer schools and they were uncomfortable wearing rugby shorts, and so they would have like underwear underneath their rugby shorts. But it was just so funny to just see somebody like be so uncomfortable with wearing shorts that they would.
Oh, they'd have like 2 pairs of shorts on.
Yeah, or they'd wear like basketball shorts underneath their rugby shorts so that they didn't have to like show a lot of leg.
A lot of thigh.
But those shorts just get ripped.
Yeah.
So they're just walking around fucking.
Colton, did you know that we were doing this today? Is that why you wore the rugby shorts from high
These
school?
aren't rugby shorts.
Those aren't the ones you wore
These
in
aren't
high
rugby
school?
shorts. These would get ripped. These are very short though.
That's right.
I've been putting on some weight. And I've been drinking a lot of milk.
I was
what
gonna
I've been
say
doing.
I did wear sweatpants because of the show we're doing today. My girlfriend is disappointed in me today.
Why?
She goes, "Well, you're gonna wear sweatpants. You know you're on camera, right?" I go, "Yeah, we're chugging milk today, so I'm gonna wear sweatpants." She goes, "That's fucking disgusting." I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "That's so gross. You're gonna chug milk today?" I was like, "Yeah."
Does she also call it milk?
No, she says milk. I say milk.
Yeah. It makes me so mad every time you say the word milk.
Milk.
And do you do it because it pisses me off?
Now I do.
Oh,
Now if I didn't before, now I do.
milk.
Milk.
Have I ever told you about the story of how I got my rib removed?
Ribbed?
Yeah, my rib. My rib is no longer there
Oh wow.
in my body.
Which one?
The first rib on my left side.
Why?
When I was in high school, I was lifting a lot for football, and I was trying to like, get bigger. And the way that my body grew, my first rib and my clavicle went like this, and they cut off all of the blood flow between the veins there. And I had a bunch of blood clots. And so they had to go in, and I had like 5 or 6 surgeries, and they cut out my rib. I have a scar under my arm. And then they had to clean out the pipes of all the veins. And like this was during the football season. So like I couldn't play any. I was like, what?
My God.
This sucks.
Did you ask if you could eat your rib?
No, it's not that kind of rib.
No?
No, it's just bone. But I asked to keep it. They're like, no, you can't keep it. I'm like,
I
what
just
the
I
fuck?
just see you on the operating table, and they're like, "Why does he have a cup on? And his balls are underneath. What's going on there?"
Dude, it was
Sounds like a smaller.
it was the craziest like story, like
Would you-
hospital story that I've ever heard. I mean, it was nuts. I was there for basically I had all this shit, like bruising, and I walked up to my dad and I was like, "Hey, this doesn't look right." And then he punched me in the chest and he said, "Don't be a pussy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You right." And then I waited a week and it got worse, and I went to my mom this time and I was like, "Hey, Mom, this doesn't look right." She brought me to the doctor. They sent me immediately to the ER and I had surgery. But like my family deals with like traumatic things by like downplaying it.
Right.
Sure.
So like I was going into all these surgeries and I wasn't allowed to eat. So my mom thought it'd be funny. She went to my favorite bakery in town and got my like a big box of my favorite cookies and then brought it over and ate it in front of me before the surgery. And it's like, "Do I want?" "Oh no, you can't eat. I'm sorry." And she was just fucking prank.
Prank. That's a
What
good
a prank.
It's mean as fuck.
That's
That
a solid
is
prank.
funny.
I feel like that's on par with the car for the birthday cake thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like that's kind of a similar.
No.
lateral
That
energy.
actually has some use. Like you're not going to be worried about the surgery and like going in
Oh,
there.
like I'm
because
trying
she's
to
gonna
make
distract
you. I'm trying to make you laugh by mocking.
Well, no,
you.
I don't think she even if it was not a laugh situation. At least your brain was being taken off and she was distracting you.
By-
I think it's a loving mom to do that to you, Johnny.
But,
Jim. Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know him.
Just making sure.
Johnny's just a term of endearment.
when they sent me from the doctor straight to the ER, I'm in the room and they have to get me into an IV. So that there's this nurse that comes in. She goes, "Hey, I have to put an IV in." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." And like, I was like very young and friendly and like, "Oh, hi guys, how you doing?" Like kind of like Mickey Mouse. Yeah. And so this woman, she's like trying to find a vein and she just can't find it. And she's poking me in the arm so much that just blood is pouring out of my arm all over the place. She put a diaper beneath my arm because she like expected it. And my mom is standing behind her watching her fail pissing herself laughing. Like she's laughing so hard. And then the woman finally goes, okay, I found it. And she looks down at her chart and she goes, oh no. And my mom goes, what? And she goes, I did the wrong arm. She goes, can you go in the bathroom and wash the blood off and then we'll have to do the other one? My mom fell out of her chair. She was laughing so hard. And the whole time while this woman is poking me in the arm, I'm just like, me being a dick isn't going to make her find it any sooner.
Right.
So I'm like, you're doing great. You'll find it eventually. Like, no, keep looking for it. You'll get there.
Oh my God.
And then after my third surgery, after they had the rib removed, you cut a rib out, there's all this like internal bleeding. So all of the blood in the, like that was bleeding internally just went down to my bladder and I'm by myself. My parents went home for the night. I had a surgery the next morning and I can't get up out of bed because I'm attached to all these different monitors. So I'm like, hey, I need to pee. And they give me a little jug and I put my dick in, I start peeing and I pick it up when I'm done. It looks like motor oil. It's just jet black. And I call one of the nurses in and I'm like, this is what I just peed. And she goes, honey, I've been a nurse for 25 years and I've never seen anything that gross or disgusting. And then she just left. And I'm like, am I dying? What the fuck does that mean? Am I fucking dying?
Yeah. What a commentary.
Your doctor just, ew.
Right? Oh.
It got
That's
worse.
actually a lot grosser than what we're used to.
Yeah.
So
just don't
good
show
luck.
me anymore.
Yeah.
This is the worst story that happened. After my first surgery, I left the
Why were
operating
they doing
room.
so many surgeries?
They removed the
They
rib and
couldn't
then they had to
find the
keep
rib?
going in and snaking out the veins
Oh,
like
okay.
a clogged drain. So that's what it was. And I'm awake during those surgeries, so I can see like things in my chest moving as they're snaking out the drain. But so after the first surgery, I'm in the like the post-op where you're only supposed to be for like a half hour.
Uh-huh.
But the hospital was full at the time, so I couldn't get a room. So I had to stay there for 2 days. And there's like 30, 40 people in the room with me. And we're just connected by divided by curtains.
Right.
I'm like, I need to pee. My mom and dad are standing right there. They're like, we'll give you some privacy. One of the nurses gives me one of those like little milk jugs.
Yeah.
I start peeing and I'm like, I can't get out of bed, but I know I'm not going to miss. I'm just going to put my dick right through the hole. No problem. I start peeing. All of a sudden I feel wet underneath me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, maybe that's just like some weird feeling. I don't know. I keep peeing. I finish. I pick up the thing. There's fucking holes all in the bottom of the milk jug. And piss is just coming out.
It's not a milk jug, right?
It basically looks like a
Okay,
milk
but
jug.
it's just one of those like. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I just want to make sure.
What are you getting hung up on right now?
Well, because he said that the
if they give him
hospital
an
was
actual milk
full. The hospital was full. I didn't know if they're like just pee in this.
Listen, we need you to chug this milk, and then you
Right,
can go
and
to
his
the
mom's a bit of
bathroom.
a prankster. I didn't know if she was the one, but like you're dumb, you're a dumb idiot. I poked holes in there.
So all the piss is coming out onto me, and I just go, ah! And then they pull back the curtain. My mom and dad see it. My dad does not handle pressure well. He doesn't know what to do. He grabs the milk carton and starts running around the post-ops. Piss is just going all over the floors. The nurses are laughing so hard they can't even say anything. My mom goes, put it back on him. Put it back on him. You're making a mess. So he turns and he just throws the milk carton and it hits me in the chest and piss goes all over me, all over the place. The nurses are laughing so hard they're useless. And I'm now just covered in piss. And everyone at the hospital for the next 4 days knew me as the piss kid.
Hey, you're that what am I ass kid?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
The fact you're not like a mass murderer,
Yeah, I
or
know.
a school shooter. Good job, dude. You
Yeah,
made
it is
You
one
made
of
it out.
those. Comedy does have to be the
Yeah.
the frame in which you tell that story. Because if you're like, and one time my parents embarrassed me in front of 50 people.
Yeah, you either start doing open mics or you shoot up the school going, who's the piss kid now?
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh boy, those doctors will never respect me.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was
That's too
wild.
fucking funny.
I also had chest surgery when I was in 8th grade, and they hooked me up with this catheter. Best thing I've ever had. A week.
You like the catheter?
I didn't have to get up for a week. I was just peeing, just high as fuck on morphine, just when I got the surgery, it was and I had an indented chest, so I could fit like probably a whole bag of Skittles in there. And I know that it was probably because it was actually
Right.
because I used to sit there and use it as a bowl.
Eat Skittles on
And,
your chest.
I have that too. Like currently.
Currently,
Yeah.
you could
I have
fit a
hole in my
whole.
chest.
No, mine was big.
That's like a fun size bag. That's
like
like
a
a
little-
Halloween.
That's
bag.
maybe like
Well, it's only seems smaller because my chest got bigger. It's been the same size my entire life.
how
looked
many
like God
how many
punched
Skittles
me.
can they? How many Skittles can they?
I bet you I could fit at
Don't
least 10.
emasculate them right now.
What?
How many Skittles? How many Skittles? Put some
It's not
Skittles in there.
emasculating.
Put some Skittles.
I'm
You just
saying
like the
that
way you're saying.
I had a
it.
huge hole in my fucking
Yo,
chest.
I'll
and you
just
say
pour
I
the
do
milk
too.
in there for the challenge with a straw.
And
Right.
slurp it out.
That's right, but you
Yeah.
couldn't fit. You wouldn't be able to fit a whole half gallon in there. I'll tell you what. You fucking maybe one of Martin's half bottles that he brought.
I love that you saw. So we're gonna do. If you guys don't know, we're gonna do a milk chugging competition after this. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's happening. And yeah, I brought 2 bottles of milk to chug, and the first one is 52 ounces, the second one's 12 ounces. And Colton sees the 52 ounce one. He looks down. He goes, "That's the wrong number."
It is the wrong number.
So I brought a little bit extra.
In summation, I've played every sport.
Every sport.
Every
yeah?
sport. I
Feel
played
good about it.
lacrosse for 1 week.
Did you play football? Mm-hmm. What position?
7th grade, I played middle linebacker.
Oh, were you good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why'd you
very
stop?
good.
I believe
I
it.
stopped because I just didn't like the rigidity of it. I mean, I was playing soccer and rugby, so it was like very fluid. It wasn't very much just like the coaches. I don't like the whole environment.
Oh, the
of,
coaches,
like,
football coaches are crazy.
football coaches fucking suck, and I understand. If you played football growing up, like having that influence in your life, there's good ones and there's bad ones, and if you had a bad one, that's
Yeah.
probably why you're such a piece of shit now.
I had a
There
football
was a-
coach. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
There was a kid in our high school who looked a lot like Peter Griffin, and I pointed it out like shortly before a football season, and he was on the football team, and everybody called him Family Guy, and then he quit. And that's one of the things I feel worse about to this day.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe it had nothing to do with you.
Well, I mean, I was kind of like, I pointed it out
Did
to
he
a couple
quit
of my friends that were
because-
on the football team, and they were like, oh shit, he does look like that guy. And then
Yeah.
everybody called him Family Guy. Maybe it was unrelated, but I feel like it wasn't.
I don't feel like if you're good at the sport and you have a nickname, you're like, I'm quitting.
Family Guy.
I think if you're good or if you have any fucking backbone, you go like, oh, I'm going to show everybody, especially in a sport like football. Like you can go easily put down somebody who's calling you Family Guy.
Yeah, you can just outmuscle them. I don't think this kid was able to do that.
Right.
either.
I think
Yeah.
he should have quit.
was a
And I hope
combination.
I
Well,
hope
maybe
I
I
hope he
helped.
saved a lot of time.
Maybe I helped. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
you-
sometimes bullying does help. I feel like.
I
Do you
think he
know?
does.
Have you seen him recently? Does he look even more like Family
I
Guy
am
now?
terrified to follow up with anything that's ever happened to him.
Yeah, I feel like bullying does help. I mean, it definitely drives some people off the edge.
Yeah, I mean, it's a case by case basis.
Case by case basis.
Case by case basis.
You can't bully a kid that's also getting bullied at home.
Yeah, that's tough. And how do you know?
But they're pretty good at it. Like if you get bullied at home,
Yeah,
you're coming back with heaters in the classroom.
Yeah.
That's kind of the other thing.
I feel
too.
like that's maybe our story, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It was why we can be ashamed in a hospital because we're not. You're like, this is day. This is another day. This is another day in the life of Clifford.
Right. Oh, my clavicle's fucked up. Whatever. I put my balls on the outside of my cup. I'm not afraid of anything.
When I was in
Just living dangerously.
Laugh in the face of death.
When I was in 6th grade, I had a football coach that his son was on the team, but his son wasn't good, and he would get fucking pissed because he put his son as quarterback, and his son sucked. And during practices, whenever he messed up, and keep in mind, this is August, he would make him go sit in the hot car until practice was over. Whoa. Yeah, he'd be like, Chad, get in the fucking car. And then Chad would be like, okay. And then he would, with his helmet, his football pads, he would just sit in the passenger seat of this hot car on the blacktop. And then we were all just thinking like, hey, maybe Chad's not the quarterback. You know what I mean? Chad's more of a fucking, free safety, if you ask me. But no, he was real fucked up. There was one time Chad fucked up before a game, and so with whole stands full of fans, he was like, Chad, take a lap by himself. And Chad's running down the field, and then he took a football and he threw it as hard as he could, and it hit Chad in the back of the head, and then Chad just fell forward. And listen, we were sixth grade. That's fucking hilarious.
Really
dude.
funny.
We all started laughing, and then Chad was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
And Chad wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Although
ever,
sometimes that kid, you shouldn't bully him, but he's also the most fun to bully.
Oh, I know.
He's gonna pop
yeah.
off. If you have anger management issues and you're gonna make a show for us after we bully you,
poke the bear?
yes.
Did you guys ever have an instance of like a coach sleeping with a student while you were in school?
Teachers for sure, but not coaches.
Yeah, we had two weird instances in the same year. We had one where
Weird instances.
no, well, one of them's like okay, they're bad, but one of them was like
This is a
fucking weird.
This is a fucking crazy porn channel. Weird instances.
Weird instances.
All right, so there's this teacher. It's
you know,
hot.
there is a lot of quirky stuff going on that year. But no, we had one was a softball coach. The guy was like an assistant coach on the softball team, and the head coach was our English teacher, and he was sleeping with one of the players on the softball team. And he was like, I think he was like 30 or 31, and she was like 16 or 17.
That is weird.
Was she
that
good
one
at
was
softball?
rough. Yeah, she was a
Nice.
baller. She was really good.
That is weird. She sounds like a lesbian.
I'd have to go back and look. I don't think so, but I'd have to go back and look. But like softball and baseball was like a big deal in Door County. So like that one was kind of big. And then the other one we had a kid.
What county?
Door County.
Okay.
It's where I went to high school. Another one, we had a kid who he graduated like 2 years before I did, right? And so he came back as like an AV assistant, and he would come and like hook up projectors and shit like that. And he got busted spying on the girls' basketball team after games. He would put like a little like one of those like
Spy cam?
yeah, like a wire, like tube cam through the grate on the door going into the locker room and spy on him. And he got caught one time because there's a little red light, right? And some girl was like, "What is that?" And he he got busted. And after he got busted, they found like tons of shit on his computer.
Yikes.
Dude,
Yeah. Those
you
both
know,
happened within like 6 months of each other. It was my senior year.
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean, I wonder if he went through the moment and was like, "Ugh, I should delete this." But I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like he knew that he was going to get checked.
Yeah.
Why didn't he delete it? Like, he could figure out a spy cam, but he can't figure out like deleting cookies or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, or like putting something on a separate hard drive and like hiding it or some shit.
But that's the thing with child porn, right? Though, whenever someone gets caught with child porn, it's not like a little child porn. It's like massive amounts of child porn.
I think there's also this like part of you that wants to get caught because you know what I mean.
it's
I
like
think if you have any kind of decency or like awareness, like there's a part of you that's like, I can't stop myself, so maybe I just need to make it obvious that I'm doing something wrong, so that way someone else can stop me.
Oh, interesting.
You know?
I definitely have had some cries for help with my alcoholism.
Okay, thank you. Good. Clear it up. Clear it up.
Oh, really? Because I've been asking for help for years.
Wow, goodness gracious.
Someone stop.
Oh, man. I almost thought we had to stop the podcast. That was going to be our last episode.
Some of this is bad.
No,
Some of this is bad.
I really have always been so grateful that I'm always attracted to older people.
Yeah, clear that up.
There's never going to be a Colton fucked a 20-year-old, but he used his powers. Like, no, Colton.
I can't have this be the second effort that I put together revolving around my passion for sports where a pedophile is involved in the project.
I
Can't
forget
do that.
the other one.
You don't remember the radio guy?
Oh,
who's
yes,
a pedophile?
Yes.
We went and did radio. So we were doing this podcast, 4 years ago. So same thing. It was the same trip as the tattoo trip. And I was doing radio with this guy who was a DJ at the country music station. And he got busted sharing a bunch of kiddie porn on Tumblr. And then they went like further into it. And it turned out he had like this like pedophile, like human trafficking fetish is what he claims it was. He claims he never wanted to act on anything and he just wanted to like, he was just playing on a fantasy. But he had like offered up his daughters in this like human trafficking thing.
Damn.
Yeah, where he's like, I've got 2 girls that I can.
He sounds
submit.
like Lot.
He sounds like what?
Lot from the Bible.
Oh, I thought you said he sounds like a lot. I'm like, yeah, he was a lot.
He sounds like a lot.
He was a lot. He was also really into Legos, so you know.
Literally just now, this is serendipitous. Chip texted me a picture of him. He goes, "When I was your age." That's so funny.
Oh man,
When I was your age.
that's so funny. That's
so
great.
nice to be dating somebody that could tell me about the past.
How much older is Chip than you?
8 years.
So he's 42, 41?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a freshman in high school,
Is that right?
He's 40.
40. Oh, okay.
when I was a freshman in high school, there was this quarterback. He was a sophomore and he was really good. And he was like starting quarterback. But there was a senior.
Not this other guy.
No, there was a senior that was a D1 like recruit. Like went to Boston College, like hot shit.
Oh,
Probably
cool.
6'6", 250.
Yeah.
And then this senior fucked that freshman's mom. Dude, yo. What,
Yeah.
He couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like literally, whenever people were like in the circle roasting, and he'd be like, "Yo, Jimmy, your shoes are yo Malachi fucked your mom, bro."
Yeah.
And then we would point out and like,
His name was Malachi.
Malachi.
That's a fucking big name.
oh, he's a big,
Damn.
he's a fuck. He played for the Giants for a little bit. He was a big dude.
That's unreal.
Could you imagine that? What do you do if one of
Yeah.
your teammates fucks your mom in high school?
Yeah.
But and if he's 18, she's good to fuck, right? Like she's good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. What
I
do
mean,
you
it wasn't illegal.
Like it's not illegal? Is that what you mean?
I mean, like, is it allowed?
It's okay.
I think it's frowned upon.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not cool.
Well, it's
but,
frowned upon. The
like,
biggest frown coming from her son.
I
She
mean,
wasn't frowning. I'll tell you that much.
If he's over 18 and she didn't like work for the school or anything, right? Yeah.
No,
Then
she just
then
worked
there's-
for Malachi.
Yeah. Just working on that ass.
Damn, can you imagine
Yeah,
going to
that's
your
not-
son's
there's nothing wrong.
practices and be like bringing some cookies so that you could fuck one of the new recruits? I heard you're going to the league, Malachi.
And she was hot too. She was
Dude.
like the hot mom.
Hell yeah. She'd probably fucking make just like, we don't need to use a condom. Fucking wipe him down.
Just lock that shit down.
Hell yeah. Well, on that note, I think it's time that we bring this to its final conclusion. And
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Are
and
we
we
doing
see who's the best.
Are we gonna? Is this how we're ending the episode? Talking about the milk challenge? Like what? What are we vying for?
Yeah, I guess we just talk about the milk challenge and then we
We talk about the
Do
milk
it.
challenge.
How did it all start? It started because I said I drank a glass of milk one day, and then Martin was like, "You drink milk regular?" And
just
Colton was
yeah,
like,
and then
"Of
Colton
course."
does too.
Yeah.
And then you guys asked me, and I drink it with cookies. Like I eat cookies and drink milk, and apparently that's the funniest thing ever.
It is funny because in your head there are milk times and then there's milk and cookies times.
No, there are no milk times.
Yeah,
There's only milk and cookie
Just
times.
milk and cookies
Right,
time.
right. But
No
but, but for some reason when we bring, even though you only have one milk time, which is milk and cookies time, we'll say, hey, when's the last time you drink some milk? You go, with cookies? So like the cookies gotta
Well,
be there or the milk ain't happening.
I was trying to qualify if you were like, when's just the last time you had a good old glass of milk? Or when's the last time you're like, man, I'm eating this cookie and really enjoying it. It'd be great if I had some milk with it.
I'm going to go on a limb
Make
and
those are
say
two
there's
separate-
never been just a glass of milk time for Martin.
That's not true at all.
Recently?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Like it's been a little bit. But yeah, no, I used to drink. I
All
used to
right.
just straight up drink
And what
milk.
about chugging?
Oh, I think I'll be fine. Chocolate milk I do like after I work out and stuff like that.
And
So
how often?
chocolate
And
milk,
how
I'll do
often
that.
is that?
I go on kicks, you know. So
Uh-huh.
I've been on a pretty long break. I've been on a pretty long milk break, a milk hiatus, if you will.
And you're saying milk and working out hiatus.
Yes, yeah, I wasn't originally, but if that's what you want me to say,
I
Colton,
was
yeah,
like, it's a sports
I'm on We're
podcast.
all taking a break lately, all right?
It's a sports podcast, Martin. They want to know if you're getting it in or not.
No, I'm not. So yeah, we will see how this goes.
Do we have
Okay.
any rules? Like, are we allowed to take the milk and pour it into a glass and then drink it? or do we have to go straight from the gallon?
And I got Chris's hunting knife, so there's that.
Should we have Chris
Okay,
as the judge, or are we just going to go back and look at the tape?
Huh?
Like, I imagine that Colton and I are probably going to be close.
I think we're very
Wow.
close. But I think that, Martin, you don't have a fucking chance. Is what I think that there's. You brought 2 bottles. I don't even plan on setting my carton down. Where are you gonna fucking go? Like, it makes no sense why you even brought them.
Colton's literally going to shotgun.
I'm gonna
gallon of
shotgun a
milk.
gallon of milk.
You're gonna poke a little hole in it.
That's what I brought the hunting knife for. I'm gonna. No, actually, I'm probably gonna go.
That's crazy. Okay. I believe you.
Right,
And then
if-
no throwing up, right?
Yeah,
You
no, you
can't-
can't throw up.
you
You
can't yak.
can't throw up.
You can't throw up.
You can't throw up. Is it an automatic DQ?
Yeah.
Yes.
How long
Yes.
after can you not throw up? 10 minutes? Or a half hour?
Let's say 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Let's say 5.
5
Let's
minutes?
say 10. Let's say 10, Mr. Shotgun the whole fucking thing.
Sorry, can't keep up the speed, Martin. You're worried about the speed. You're trying to slow me down with these throw up rules. Get up. Oh. Okay,
These
so that's.
throw up
I feel like that's a pretty. Those are all pretty fair rules.
Okay.
We'll probably start.
The
at
one thing I'm
2.
worried about Colton is I feel like you have probably less of a gag reflex than I do.
That's not true.
No?
I can't even brush my teeth without gagging.
He's a real picky eater.
Okay, that's good.
But I'm not. Oh yeah. I mean, and also I throw up a lot.
Okay.
I throw up often.
Like, are you okay?
What? No, just like if something icks me out, I'll fucking throw
okay.
up. Or if
if I just start going, like afterwards?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I might win this shit after all.
And if you, I guess the winner. Oh wait, are we doing the bear barking thing?
We can do. Is that you like that?
That works for me. I'll bark. And I mean, it's gonna be like May. It's gonna be,
gonna be
95 degrees outside.
So the-
You're gonna be in a fucking bear
So
costume.
you have to
Explain
bark for an hour.
Yeah. For what? For one of Jimmy's shows?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that works.
Okay. Damn.
All right.
Oh wait. Oh, I guess so. It would be 9 p.m. to 10 on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
We
I can.
do that.
I can swing that.
Woo! Let's do it.
All right. Here we go. Cool.
Thank you guys for
for tuning
listening.
in. Yeah.
And watch this.